Hoot in hell. Boy. Hoot in hell. Boy. Hoot in hell. Boy. Hoot in hell. Steven running. Feedback. Steven running. Feedback.
Feedback, man. I hear really bad feedback. Hold on.
Hoot in hell. Squeal.
There you go. Sorry about that.
Sean the Orca guy.
I'm making coffee. I'll be right back.
Good morning, Trendies. Hoot in hell. Morning, Sean and all. Nick Brown. Good morning. Steven running. Good morning.
The coffee has arrived. The coffee has arrived. Hello, everybody. Yes. The coffee has indeed arrived.
Prepare yourself. Prepare yourself.
Hoot in hell. Co-FEFE. Dabs 4 days.
Prepare yourself.
What's up, Nick? COVID negative this morning.
Good. That's great news, buddy.
Blind and taker, cashing your chips, you sniveling, whining, self-loathing hypocrite. Blame it on Rio or the woman in red. Don't fool yourself, it's all in your head. You're the mascot of the next century. Look in the mirrors, count insecurity. I bleed for you, my eyes burn. My point is no, 'cause you'll never learn. You'll never learn, I bleed for you. You'll never learn, I bleed for you. You'll never learn, I bleed. Fuck you, Michelle Brockman. Fuck you. Lying and dying, as you breed. Let's hear from your mouth. Fuck you, fucking Levi's jeans. Fuck you, Ben Turks. Fuck you. Take up your lonesome little dick. Blind and taker, cashing your chips. You sniveling, whining, self-loathing hypocrite. Blame it on radio, all the woman and Levi's music company. It's all your
It starts with an F.
I don't know where my video player went.
Bullshit!
It disappeared.
Fuck you!
Weird.
Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you, motherfuckers! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fucking shit! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you, motherfuckers! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you, motherfuckers! Fuck you! Fuck you!
Hello, Trendy. It's Trendy Mayor reporting in live in Northern California. From Orlando, Florida, home of Trendyasdabbers and all things trendy, where you'll find me, you, and the hashtag Trendies on all forms, social media, especially right here in Orlando, the home of Trendyasdabbers. Listen to this crazy guy. He's so angry. He's such an angry man. Yes. Yes, everybody. Yes. Look at that email. What? Good morning, everybody. So look at this. We've got Hoot and Howl, Steve Running, Sean the Orca Guy, Nick Brown, of course, Dabs for Days, Iceman. You love the video. I love the video too. We got 6 people watching on Rumble. We got 6 people watching on the YouTubes. Hello. We got 5 people on Kick. What's going on with Kick? That's 17 people, man. Right off the bat. Hello. Good morning. I love the show numbers. Now, I also love the dabs. So let's go and get into the, let's get the side view up here. Let's get our side view. Let's get our side view. There we go. That's the side view right there. That's perfect, man. We got the dabs all heated up, man. We got the dabber right here. We've got the Pinoy dabs right here, man. Some mustard gas. Actually, you know what? We're going to set the mustard gas aside. We're going to go with some of the Big Dim. Some of the Big Dim. Some of that OG what? Some of that OG lovelies. We're going to take a little ride. A little magic carpet ride on the OG Kush side. A little magic carpet ride on the OG Kush side. That's right. That's right. If you're watching on Kick, hello. Thank you for tuning in. I don't know, we don't get a lot of people over there, but it's so good to see that some people hopped right on. And thank you for joining in, everybody. Very, very good. Looking great. Feel free to like the video while you're here. Give me a thumbs up.
Sean the Orca Guy.
Appreciate that while you're on Rumble.
Nay is the true hog of cannabis.
Okay, well, let's smoke some of that OG and let's find out how OG I really am. Move this out my line of sight. It's in my purview. It's just inside my purview. It's blocking my view. Blocking my purview. All right, no law regarding cannabis. Cheers, Iceman, Sean, Nick. Dabs for Days, Dave Fishing. And I think Dave Fishing. And the rest of everybody that's here, you guys, thank you for tuning in. Cheers. Let's
Mike Pasquarello. Dabs up.
Remember, take a deep breath and then blow it all out right
Sean
before you
the
hit,
Orca
guys.
Guy.
Remember that. It's important.
Cheers, hashtag NLRC. Hoot and Howl. Cheers.
Phenomenal dab. Quick news stories, just quick hits right here. Trump is surging ahead of Biden in the polls. DeSantis is falling in the polls. Tim Scott is trying to make a name for himself. That's the political thing. Ukraine and Russia. Russia is responding to the Ukraine drone attacks. They've been attacking. Not hearing a lot about it, but Russia is hitting back. Burning Man. People are staying to watch the thing burn tonight. You know, they're going to burn that thing that they burn. And I realize how dumb people are. Oh, look at the fire, the big fire burning. Oh, the fire, yeah, okay, look at the fire. Wow. Is it worth the fucking mud and whatever the hell's crawling up your goddamn, you know, your armpit and the fucking, the sweltering heat and the discomfort and the getting your vehicle stuck out there and just being miserable so you can watch a fire burn? Really? You want to watch something catch on fire and that's entertaining for you? God, you people are morons, man. You're morons. Idiots. But this is what humans do with their time. You know, but, you know, hey, it's only 70,000 idiots. And you know what? That's really not that many people when you think about it. So I'm thankful for that. At least it's not a million people that show up to that bullshit. You know? What else is going on in the news? Any other news stories? Yeah, some Nazis marched over here near my house. Altamont Springs. That's fun. That's fun. The Nazis are marching in Altamont. Some dumb idiot cunt job on Twitter claims that it's a psyop. No, they're Nazis. It's not a psyop. They're people that hate other people based on, their differences. So those are real people, and get the fuck into reality. Get your head out of your fucking asshole. It's a psyop. Some people will believe anything that other morons tell them, and they never consider the source, that it's literally coming from a blithering idiot. Someone with mental issues, obviously. Provable mental issues. You guys got anything going on? No? You can watch something. Watch something with Nate. Ibram X. Kendi, anti-racism activist, wasn't surprised when Vivek Ramaswamy compared him to a KKK, Grandmaster? Grand Wizard. Oh, I was close, huh? I was close. He's doing his job as a GOP candidate of color. Wow. Neo-Nazis march in Orlando and protest in front of Disney World. That's fun. That's fun. So, you guys want to see what's going on in my hometown? You want to see what we've got here in Orlando? I don't know how many of you guys realize how subverted and hidden and closeted Nazis in this country had to be ever since World War II finished. The Nazi party, Nazi followers, they don't like to really be out in public too much, and when they do, they have to be in large groups, but they're not going to march around by themselves. The reason why is because Nazis are, in this country, just known to be a hated group of people. And I always say you should never discriminate and hate people based on your differences with them. I'm serious about that. I'll leave it at that, and you can draw your own fucking conclusion from what I just said. But I am also going to tell you the truth when I say that the Nazi Party is one of the most hated parties in this country. However, since 4 years of Donald Trump, okay, and years of Ron DeSantis in the state of Florida, who doesn't speak out against Nazis, he doesn't speak. Look, hey, Ron, this is going on in your state. What do you got to say about the Nazis, Ron DeSantis? Huh? What about you, Donald Trump? What, you got anything to say about the Nazis that are saluting Adolf Hitler on overpasses over Interstate 4 and near the Altamont Mall and over there by fucking by Disney World? Nazis, Ron. Nazis, Donald Trump. Yeah, I have a feeling the Biden administration is going to have something to say about this. If I was a Republican, I'd be getting out in front of this right now, man. If I was Donald Trump, I'd be speaking out against this right now. I don't know if you guys can see that. You guys understand what the Nazi salute looks like.
Arha TV. Chill.
You guys are... Yeah, I will chill, dude. Here, check this out. I'm going to chill on a block with you. Suck my dick. You like that? Go suck a Nazi off, motherfucker. Go suck off a Nazi, you bitch. Let's count how many people are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. That's 35 people. That's 35 people, man. In my hometown, calling themselves Nazis, saluting Adolf Hitler under the Biden administration. You know, while we stand by and watch this happening, look, I don't know what the response should be because I'm a free speech absolutist.
The entire trailer cored out.
So, you know, this is what the response should be. I'm a free speech absolutist. These people have a right to express themselves anywhere they want in public as long as they're not hindering traffic, which these guys are not doing. They're on the sidewalk, on an overpass, and they're not stopping anybody from going about their business. Now, if I was an African American or an Asian person or a Jewish person and I was walking from one side of that overpass to the other and I had to walk past all of those people, I wouldn't feel very comfortable about it. In fact, I might fear for my own safety if I were to walk past all those people. I would fear for my own safety. But their mere presence, without doing violence and threatening violence, and some people might look at this as a threat of violence. You can look at it however you want. But without an actual act of violence, what are you going to do? Especially if you support free speech. You're not going to try to silence them, are you? You know, they want to silence you. They want to silence these Nazis. They want to silence every voice they disagree with. That includes you, man. That includes everybody. If you're not in a group that the Nazis don't want to silence, you're one of them. It's that simple. So, what is the proper response? What's the proper response? The proper response is your free speech in response to this, which not a single person in this chat has spoken out against Nazis. Not a single person. That's a problem. I'm giving you a fairly unbiased review of what we're looking at here, and not a single one of you has said a single word regarding any of this going on 2 miles, 3 miles from my house. None of you. So, see, that's not the right response. All right.
Steven running. Stay in.
Stay in. I don't understand what you mean. The proper response would be to explain the history behind the Nazi Party, where they came from, what they did, and compare that to where they are today and what they want to accomplish. And what you find out, it's very interesting about the Nazis, they're very consistent. That's a compliment. You know, the Democratic Party used to be pro-slavery, and they changed. They evolved over time. Not the Nazis. They hated people based on their differences, and they still hate people based on their differences. They wanted to eradicate people based on their differences. They still want to eradicate people based on their differences. Very consistent. They haven't changed. That is what they're about. And the reason why we went to war with them in World War II is for the exact same reason that they're standing on that bridge saluting Adolf Hitler right now. So I'm just wondering, cannot one of you come up with some kind of a response to this? Not a single one of you watching right now. "21 people, man. Supposedly. Not a single response from any of you. Huh. Checking my audio, make sure my mic is on.
Steven running. Sorry for not responding.
What are you, pro-Nazi, bro? You seem to be the only person with a fucking keyboard, so we support you. Is this a good look for you? You appreciate the Nazis and the swastikas? Oh, yeah, by the way, those are swastikas, guys. You know, and
Steven
right,
running.
those cars you see driving
No
right
way.
there, that could have been me or Iceman or fucking Pinoy comes down here sometimes. Could have been any of us being exposed to this shit. This garbage. Well, say something then, Steve. What's wrong with you, man? Are your fingers broken? I'm telling you guys, the proper...
Nick Brown. Why do we have Nazis protesting? Sorry I was
The
away.
proper response to this is not to silence the Nazis, guys. The proper response to this is for you guys to
Jabs
fucking
for days.
respond to it.
Highly against what they support.
There
but
you go.
Unfortunately looks like a legal get-together. Not impeding traffic.
I'm telling you,
causing
bro, it's
bodily
you're
harm.
not. It's okay. It's legal. It's fine. They're not blocking traffic. It's okay. I'm not saying that. You have to come up with a response to this. That's what your job is to do. That's what free speech is. You don't let this go unanswered.
Bonsai house. What are they pointing at? Seagulls?
Those are swastikas. And, I mean, you're basically looking at a resurgence and a revitalization of a party that has been sent underground due to, you know, how society viewed it since World War II as an abomination. Society has viewed the Nazi Party. They're no longer scared to stay in their homes and stay on their computers and just post little Pepe frogs. They're getting out of their homes and they're joining together, and in that there is strength. Imagine this. This will lead to more of this.
Bonsai house. Looks like hurricane flags. The
You
meteorologist club perhaps.
should have a response for it. My response is, this is totally illegal, and I support their right to free speech. But you know what my free speech is? The Nazi Party bases everything around their differences with other people. It's the exact opposite of what we work for on this channel, on this show. We're trying to get everybody to get along. These guys don't want to get along with anybody. My job is to say those things, to speak out against it. And you guys are doing good in the chat. I mean, it's good. Your responses are good. It's shocking. You should be fucking petrified by this. And you know what? These guys want you to be petrified. You know, I want everybody to get along, and this symbol and this salute is the exact opposite of everything that we stand for. And if you support this in any way whatsoever, you need to have a conversation with me about it.
Dabs 4 days. At least they aren't rioting.
Not right now, they're not. But, you know, you think this is going to stay like this?
Dabs 4 days. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Right? They are going to feel their strength, man. They see these numbers. This is exactly what Ron DeSantis and Donald Trump need to be speaking out against. The Biden administration needs to be saying something about this.
Bonsai house. Nazis don't scare me. 'Cause they are really scared themselves. Petrified of the modern world.
Well,
That is all.
Listen, Billy. They weren't so scared back in the 1930s when they formed. And they weren't so scared in the 1940s when they were fucking going to war with the whole goddamn planet. Because they were. This is not common. You'll see small groups. 40, 50 people lined up on a bridge in Orlando, Florida.
Nick Brown. Exactly, Nick.
I mean, Billy, maybe in Tennessee when you run out to the supermarket, you know, you pass 10 of these protests every day. I don't know. Are we living in different Americas? It's possible. You know, it's possible that Orlando it doesn't have this sort of thing as much as Tennessee does. But seriously, bro, is this you don't find this shocking? I'm just kind of wondering. You don't find that, you know, just completely shocking?
Steven running. We have gangs in Azusa. They stay in Glendora. It's been like that for a while.
They're all wearing red shirts, black pants, and black hoods, man. They're in uniform. Do you know, it's possible that there's like
Bonsai house. Sure. But they do it out of their own fear.
Whatever they do it for, it results in violence. And it doesn't matter if they're scared or not. It doesn't matter. Because once you get a group of people together like that, they will fucking murder people. And cause all kinds of havoc. But I digress. There's probably 4 buses that ship these guys around the country. And they do this shit. You know, I would think that these aren't all people that live here in Central Florida. But I could totally be wrong about that. These guys could all be right down the street, man. This could be some of my neighbors. How would I know? So many places we could go with that. I'm just going to leave that one. I'm just going to leave that one out there to air dry. Yeah, I could drive around the neighborhood with my truck windows down and my loud stereo system and play the Nazi theme song from 1937 and see who comes out of their freaking house saluting. You know? There's a million things I could say. Oh, God. We could look for all the Trump 2024 stickers on the backs of pickup trucks. Oh, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'd love to hear from a single Trump supporter that speaks out against Nazis. That'd be nice. Yeah, Rumbles hasn't rumbled a single grumble. Rumble's been completely silent today. Isn't that funny?
Stephen running. Wasn't there a shooting about race?
Yes, there was a shooting about race, Steve. It was here in Jacksonville, North Florida, which is kind of close to the Capitol. But that's anecdotal. It's one incident. These guys are out here in support of that shooting. That should bother some of you. There was a swastika on the gun, one of the guns that the murderer used. And, you know, where what these guys could have done was had a press conference and spoke out against it, they decide to go stand on a bridge and salute Adolf Hitler in, you know, some kind of a salute to the murder. Well, I'm glad to see that some of you had something to say about this. That is the only thing that we really have.
Bonsai
House. You know, when
Nazis are LARPers. Like the KKK and Chick-fil-A employees. Only all of them are afraid of colored people. Bonsai House. If you think me saying colored is racist, you better tell the NAACP.
Well, I had that whole thing on Twitter about people of color and colored people, and I'm like, so the difference is the word of? So just by doing that and reversing the words, that makes it non-offensive. It's a new world we're living in. You gotta change with it, man. Or Or get stuck in the past, I guess. Yeah, your
Matt Postma. Good morning, Nay.
your
Much love, bro.
thanks, Matt. Your outrage or protest to their presence being out there in public like that. That's all you can do. You know what's really funny? They're like 2 miles.
Brown.
They're like
What were they trying to demonstrate?
they're like 2 miles
I must
from my
have missed
house, right there. I just realized that. They're real close. We call that thing right there, that abomination of a fucking skyscraper, the I-4 eyesore. I was so busy looking at the dudes that I didn't realize what intersection that was. I'm pretty sure that's Central Parkway, and that's the entrance to the fast lanes on Interstate 4. That ramp right there, it's a brand new ramp they just built.
Matt Postma.
Been on it a few
What
times.
are we looking at?
What are we looking at? 2 miles from my house, Nazi protest here, very close to Orlando. Basically in support of the racist shooting that happened in Jacksonville, Florida, a few days ago. Then these guys come out and they're like, you know, basically supporting fucking the murder of 3 innocent black people.
Matt Postma. Fucking Nazis OSS.
Well, this is what Donald Trump, Ron DeSantis,
Billy
Joe
Bong
Biden,
Thornton. What the hell?
Kamala
G-Force.
Harris, Vivek Ramaswamy, and every single other person that's running for political office right now, local and
Matt
federal,
Postma.
they should all have something to say
What
about
party
this.
do you think they for?
They vote for Republicans. I think they vote for Donald Trump. These Nazis, they are very vocal about it. But it doesn't make
My wife is racist as hell.
it doesn't make Trump
She keeps
supporters
coming out of the
Nazis.
bathroom
It's
in
just that's
blackface.
a strange bedfellows. That's just, you know, really crazy company you keep, you Republicans.
Matt Postma.
You know, the Nazis agree with you. You know, that's... Hey, you know, Nazis, you should look into the Democrats the way the Democrats try to silence our voices. You would actually find more probably alike with them. Since you're trying to silence everybody, so are the Democrats. No, they're not racist enough. They're racist against whites. Ah, but we're white. Darn it. I cannot inspire a single
Matt
chat.
Postma.
I can't inspire a single chat
It's
on,
like that
on
saying,
Rumble.
not
It's
all right win are
crazy.
Nazis, but all Nazis
Dude,
are right win.
not a single person
Billy
can say
Bob Thornton.
hello on Rumble or anything. It says
Speaking
there's
of
10
Democrat,
viewers. No one can even say
Here in
hello.
Michigan, they're trying
It's
to
weird.
pass a law if you misidentity someone's preferred gender, you can go to jail and get a $10,000 fine.
That's bullshit.
Arafat
That's
Nakba.
bullshit.
I'm opaque cheers.
Hey, whoever wrote that law, I'll walk up to them. They'll be like, how are you doing, sir? And I'll be like, you're going to jail. I identify as a woman today, you asshole. How about that? Go pull it on the motherfucker that passed that law. I'm so sick of these people, man. With their gender shit. Dude, get that shit out of here. You know what? When we talk and we're having a conversation, you can tell me what to call you, and I don't mind calling you what you want me to call you. If I call you the wrong thing, fuck you! Get the fuck over it. It was never a problem when I was growing up. Why is it a problem now? Oh, because the world's changing, Nay, and you're not changing with the world. Don't you listen to yourself, fucking Nay, 7 minutes ago? Once again, I'm going to just spill it out for you, top of the hour. Here it is. Are you ready?
Bonsai house. Speaking of that, I just saw Kathy Iffen on TikTok and she's mid-transition of something. Doesn't appear human.
Yeah, and I just saw a woman on CNN, Anna Navarro, and bro, I don't know what she's pumping into her cheeks, man. Something's going on with that woman's face. She did something with her hair, everything. She looks like she looks like she's trying to be Soledad O'Brien, but it's weird because, you know, Soledad O'Brien can't even look like Soledad O'Brien anymore.
I think only a nutty person would get mad over being misgendered. I think most would politely correct a person.
Yeah, you politely correct me and I'll call you what you want me to call you, but don't shove it down my throat. And don't give me a goddamn fine for calling you the wrong thing. Get the fuck over that shit. It's crazy. No, I wanted to make a comment about this. Listen, everybody just pay attention for 5 seconds. In my world of free speech absolutism, everyone has a right to free speech. If they're protesting in a non-violent manner, even if they're doing what some people, even if they're doing this, if they're standing there doing this, or grabbing their dicks and doing this, or whatever you think is offensive, if they're not coming over and doing violence on another person or burning something down, I have no problem with people protesting. The only response to this is you being disgusted by the Nazi movement and speaking out against it. That's all you can do. That's all you should do. And it's good speech should be louder than bad speech. But you have to say it. You got to use your words, folks. You got to go out there and talk about this. You got to tell people about it. Don't be silent about it. You know, you got to implore the politicians like Donald Trump and Joe Biden, everybody on down, on both sides, that especially Ron DeSantis, they should all be speaking out against this now. Not waiting for it to become a political football, but now, because what the fuck, dude? We beat them in goddamn World War II for a reason, man. They were murdering millions of people, dude. Millions of innocent people. They were just murdering people, bro. They didn't fucking care, man. They were just murdering people. It's not like, you know, two countries are at war and people are dying on both sides. It's like, no, we found all these civilians. We're going to round them up and fucking kill them all. That's what it was. This is what they want to this day. They still want to do that. So, you should say something about that. You should all say something about that.
Hear, nay. Applause.
Everyone should have something to say around that. And if you can't speak out, I mean, I can't get a single Trump supporter in here or a DeSantis supporter or anybody to say something about this.
Arafat Nakba.
I'm just
They have a genocide.
waiting for one Trump voter to have the balls to speak out against Nazis marching in my fucking town. Who can do that? A single Trump supporter. It's like chat's turned off on Rumble. Just say what you think about this. I'm just waiting for, I've been sitting here waiting for one fucking Trump supporter to put down a Nazi fucking protest with swastikas and fucking Adolf Hitler salutes. It's like you fucking support it. I mean, I support everyone's free speech. I do, and you can too. But you can also say how you feel about it, and you should, because that's the response. That's how it works. That's how free speech absolutism works. But it doesn't work. If you just let the evil people say what they want to say and you don't have the balls to respond, well then, you know what? You know who wins? You know who loses? You do. Not a single Trump supporter. Really? Not a single Trump supporter. You guys are big fat fucking pussies on Rumble. Not my YouTube guys and the Facebook guys. You guys are cool. You guys have been speaking out against this and you said your piece. And I support you in saying exactly how you feel about it. You know, these guys were out there showing the world how they felt about their social views. Not one single Trump supporter can say a goddamn thing in my chat against Nazis.
Remember the Nazis on Blues
Boy,
Brothers?
oh boy, let me tell you something,
Nazis,
man.
LOL.
Let me tell you something. when we're live and we're doing the show for the last month, I've had all these Trump supporters. We've had all these conversations about all this stuff. And I know they're here because I've got 11 viewers on Rumble right now. So I know they're watching. And not a single one of them. It would make Donald Trump look so much better to everyone else if just one of you would say, yeah, we're totally anti-Nazi today. What are you fucking trying to say? Well, I'm trying to say you're a fucking pussy that won't say that in my chat. That's what I'm saying. So say it. Say, yeah, I speak
Jason
out against,
McBride.
I support Donald Trump.
I support Trump, and one of those pukes say they support Biden for sending rockets in Ukraine. Trump doesn't support that garbage.
Wait, I think we got somebody.
Come on, you Rumble warriors. I'd
No.
say something, but I'm
No,
converted
fuck
to
Rumble.
independent.
No,
One
fuck
year
Rumble.
clean
It doesn't have to be
Republicans.
from Rumble. It just had to be a Trump supporter. And Jason McBride just said, I support Trump. And one of those pukes say they support Biden for sending rockets in Ukraine. I don't know what you're talking about there. Trump doesn't support that garbage. Yeah, what you didn't speak out against the Nazis, which is fine. It's kind of weird. They support Biden for sending rockets to Ukraine. What? Yo, Jason, you got anything to say about that? At all? It's kind of weird. You support Trump, and how do you feel about that? It's funny. You didn't respond to it. Why is that? Just say it, man. Just use your fucking words, Jason. Use your words, Jason. You can do it, buddy. This should...
Jason McBride. That's what they said when interviewed.
Oh, they support Biden for sending rockets into Ukraine. Oh, I got you. Trump doesn't support sending rockets into Ukraine. I know he doesn't. What do you have to say about this, Jason? Still beating around the bush, buddy. Beating around the bush, McBride. Come on, Jason. You can do this. You can speak out against this. Use your words, buddy. You can speak out against Nazi fucking movement and not fucking...
Matt Postma. This Jason thinks the Nazis support Biden.
No. What Jason said was he saw an interview of one of these guys that said they support Biden in sending rockets into Ukraine. That's what some random guy on the internet just claimed. I don't know.
Jason McBride. I never said I supported them.
How do you feel about him? Well, I'm not saying you support him. How do you feel? I'm just asking you how you feel about him. How do you feel about Nazis marching around as a Trump supporter, bro? You know, America, we beat Germany in World War II, bro. We beat this movement. You know how many people died to defeat these motherfuckers? Does that mean nothing to you, or did you think those people were wrong? Did you think America was wrong for defeating Adolf Hitler and the Germans with Russia, in conjunction with Russia? You know, Russia basically did it for us, actually, but you know, we owe Russia a lot for what they did for us in World War II. Numbers of Germans, I mean, the numbers of Russians that died to do that for us. Nothing, huh, Jason? Weird. You guys, there's a Trump supporter here,
Every neo-Nazi
Jason
I have
McBride,
voted for the Republicans.
and I just want you all to know that I want everybody to know that the Trump supporter says he never said that he
Jason McBride.
supported the Nazis.
My PS are veterans. I don't support Nazis.
Right, that's really weird. I mean, that's all you could say. Your parents are veterans and you don't support Nazis? That's all a Trump supporter can say, guys. I don't support Nazis. You know, what society views as an abomination, Jason McBride, I don't support. That's a Trump supporter, guys. Is there any other Trump supporter who could like speak out against Nazis besides just saying you don't support them? Hey, Jason, do you support their right to free speech? Yo, Jason, do you support Nazis' right to free speech and freedom of expression? doing the salute, flying the swastika, and shouting out Heil Hitler.
Tropical thing. Good morning, Nick. Where was this picture taken?
2 miles from my house, give or take, as the crow flies. Right down the fucking street, bro. I go by there all the time.
Matt Postma. I support their right till they call for blood.
I was asking Jason. Look,
Tropical thing.
if you want to be
Damn, that's crazy.
if you want to be a free speech absolutist, then you have to allow for this. But as an absolutist, you can also say how you feel about it. You know, you wanna fly your swastika, your symbols of hate, and salute your Adolf Hitler and do all that shit. Fine, do it. Like Billy says, go do your fucking cosplay. All you need to. Go dress up, you know? A bunch of fucking weirdos dressing up all together and saluting fucking hate. You guys, Nazi Party, whatever, you guys are way outnumbered by people who don't like what you stand for. And
Matt Postma.
as peaceful
I'm glad they are outing themselves.
as a lot of people are out there, when it comes to dealing with Nazis, that all goes out the window. So, you know, when you guys bring 50 people to an event, understand, if you get found out and enough other groups in that area find out that you're there, there's going to be thousands of people there to drown your voices out. And we saw this happen in, what was that, Mississippi? I can't remember what state it was. There was the boat fight where the security guard got attacked. And then, you know, it's like, you're going to attack this black man when you're surrounded by, you know, just a giant crowd of African Americans who aren't going to put up with that. They're literally going to swim across the bay there to go beat you down. You can only get away with that for so long, I'm afraid. And even though I do see your party is gaining strength and numbers, and you're getting more organized, you're still going to have to do a lot of this in secret. And when your neighbors find out who you are, and you know, other people find out who you are, they're not going to be as accepting of you socially as they were in the past. And they're going to basically push you out. People like you are going to be disregarded. And just call for more voices. I'm appalled at the lack of Trump supporters who would speak out on this live show to speak out against Nazis. I'm appalled. Hey, and just so all you cunts know, I would never vote for Donald Trump. Fuck you. All right? Fuck all of you that vote for Donald Trump. You can't even speak out against fucking Nazis because you're fucking pussies. Keep hate watching my show, though, motherfuckers.
Matt Postma. Don't you know those Nazis are antics in disguise?
I don't know what you mean by that.
Matt Postma. Antifa.
Oh yeah, right there, the Antifas. Yeah, that's people protesting fascism. Absolutely, it's the exact opposite, which is what's really humorous about that. The Nazis they're pro-fascism. It's a pro-fascist movement. You know, one dear leader. They want their leader to be Donald Trump, and right now it's Ron DeSantis.
Matt Postma. That's what they said about January 6th. That they were all Antifa in disguise. Arafat Nakba. Gotta go dispo when I make the network mobile. I can't chat but I'll keep watching, bro.
Right on, buddy. Oh, I've got Ron DeSantis blocked. That's funny.
Matt Postma. They have a hard time accepting that they're the bad as LOL. Tropical thing. Can have a beer in public but wave your Nazi, it's all good.
Tropical, what's up? Dude, I don't know. Maybe my chat's broken on Rumble. I can't believe not a single person. Here, let me say something. Seems to be working fine for me. So, wow, dude. I mean, it's not...
Matt Postma. I can believe it.
I'm going to put a post on True Social. We'll see how many people respond to it. How many Trump voting supporters could speak out against Nazis in Orlando? With a link to that. With a link to that article. They fucking interviewed those dudes on the bridge. They did. I thought that guy was just making that shit up. Oh my god, dude. Let's see if we can find that shit. Not coming up on YouTube. Huh. Here, let's look on Google.
Billy Bong Thornton. Let's watch interview.
Dude, if he supports Joe Biden, dude, it's very fucking funny.
Stephen Running. Not all of them are racist, but all racist like Trump.
Yeah, I know what you're trying to say. It's a TikTok video. Fucking marching around. Oh, that's the whole video? Psst. Hold on, guys. All right. Where's my mouse at? Here we go. I don't know where the interview is. It's a video? What? Get this shit off my screen, dude. No. What the fuck is wrong with you? Dude. Are you kidding me? Dude. Rolling Stone magazine I'm trying to read. It's got this stupid thing. There's no X. There's no way to click it off. It's an ad. Oh, there it is. Oh, they put the X in the top left, you know, because I'm re-engineer. Oh, put the X to close out on the top left corner of the screen because no one looks over there. Fucking idiot. God damn, man. Where's the goddamn video? Not found. Oh, they took the fucking video down, dude. This is the TikTok video we just watched. More photos. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Rockets to Ukraine. I think Biden's better than Trump because he sends rockets to Ukraine.
In support of Ukraine, you mean?
Hell Ukraine, hell Azov.
Tell me this, Christopher. You are, a sizable gathering, but
I think Biden's better than Trump because he sends rockets to Ukraine.
Tropical
In
thing.
support of Ukraine.
LMAO.
Dude, he's just pulling their dicks, dude. That's hilarious. Yeah, he said it, and he said it with this huge fucking smile on his face. You guys want to see it? Here, check this out. You tell me if you think you believe this guy's a Biden voter. And the dudes that are standing behind him are too. Hilarious. All the dudes behind him are like, yeah. Look how he says this shit. I want to hear the whole fucking conversation. Yo, what do you think about Donald Trump, man?
I think Biden's better than Trump because he sends rockets to Ukraine.
In support of Ukraine, you mean?
Hell Ukraine, hell Azov.
tell me this, Christopher. You are, a sizable gathering, but
I think Biden's better than Trump because he sends rockets to Ukraine.
In support of Ukraine, you mean?
Hell Ukraine, hell Azov.
tell me this, Christopher. You are, a sizable gathering, but
I think Biden's better than Trump because he sends rockets to Ukraine.
God, dude.
Tropical thing. LOL.
He thinks Biden's better than Trump. These guys are all convicted felons. None of them can vote anyway. Oh my god. You think the dude with the face tats can vote? You couldn't even see what color that dude was. He had so many tats on his face.
Matt Postma.
I was like, wow.
Seems disingenuous.
You know what color he is? Ink. Oh god. But they're Biden supporters. It's funny. So this is
Jennifer
interesting.
_ Kelly. Hey. Jennifer _ Kelly. What's up? Billy Bong Thornton. Looks like they just got out of the penitentiary.
Jennifer, hello. Huh? Oh yeah, feds. Oh yeah, the Nazis are feds, guys. Ugh, that's so funny. Yeah, those guys are all employed by the federal government to go stand there and salute Adolf Hitler because it's a false flag operation. Do you guys want to watch the video where they try to explain that? Maybe we should watch it.
Jennifer _ Kelly.
You guys are, hey Jennifer.
How you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
Good morning, folks. It is the 4th, about 8:30.
Here we go, guys. Some dude with a podcast.
Labor Day, 2023.
Matt Postma. Told Yene. They would say the Nazi are lefties, LOL.
Dude, You nailed it.
Florida State.
Well,
Open
bro,
fucking
it doesn't help that one of them fucking said it himself, you know?
Silly me. Turns out
There's just so many different
I'm
things
not
wrong with what he
spending
said.
nearly enough time on fucking Twitter. And yeah, there was another marching up and down the square activity took place this weekend yesterday. Oh my God. Hate, 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 hate.
What a
Feds on
douchebag.
parade. They were on the move yesterday, and that's all the news. Everyone's going to talk about the news. Turns out, the leader of this Feds on Parade group, former Marine, probably Special Operations, probably.
Dude, am I still live?
Thing.
My shit just froze up on me.
And, he and his little band of merry
Tropical thing.
masked
Yes.
up men.
Okay.
We're marching up and down the square yesterday, talking about we need
Matt
white
Postman.
power.
Still live.
Whenever I hear that phrase, I just think of Dave Chappelle. This is what they think. This is
This is the expert, everybody.
anybody
This is
turn
the
off
expert that's
the
going to
video
expose it
because
all.
mentioned the
That
football
these
game.
Nazis are feds.
Sport.
This guy.
What part of American Everyman do you not understand? Carpenter, rigger, draftsman, college dropout, not once but twice. What part of American Everyman do you not get? Been to jail several times. Yeah, just an average guy. I'm not one of these people who sits in front of a fucking bookcase and tries to act all fucking intellectual for you. That's just not what I do. So,
Well,
yeah,
you're
I
not
do,
an
I do
intellectual,
watch
and there's no
football
way you
occasionally
could
from
even
time to
play
time.
that part because you sound like a bumbling magoo.
Anyway.
So get to the fucking point already, you goddamn Nazi-ass motherfucker.
And he's got a Sharpie fucking...
He's running cover for
some kind of
Nazis, this
tribal
guy.
shit on his fucking, maybe it's supposed to be Celtic. Who the fuck knows? But he's got some tribal fucking thing.
Means nothing.
They draw it in on his fucking side of his head when he goes for his
Means nothing.
amazing fucking performances.
Strawman.
We'll talk about him in a second.
Great.
We'll
Matt
talk
Postman.
about him and his
Mago,
connection
LOL,
to
love ya,
another
bro.
group out of fucking
Am I wrong?
Ukraine who has the
You know?
full support of the U.S. military about 6 months ago or something when they tried a little march on fucking Moscow out of Ukraine to overthrow Putin using U.S. military logistics support, U.S. military weapons, U.S. military fucking jeeps, U.S. military fucking equipment. This guy with the thing on his head, the hate guy from this yesterday, apparently he's buddy with this dude. And
Okay,
his-
I didn't know about the hate thing. Okay, he was referring to something
He's
earlier.
got
Okay.
guys in
I was like, what's wrong with
Ukraine,
this guy?
so I guess it's
I get it.
kind of harder to be a fake neo-Nazi in Ukraine, but this guy's not in Ukraine. This guy says he's ready to go, and he said that 6 months ago. Hasn't gone yet. Hate. This is what's
Seymour
happening.
Cannabis.
This is what
NLRC
you,
cheers
this is what you
TRENDYASDABBERS
think.
at Nay's Garden.
When
Good
you're-
morning,
when
Nay,
you're
and all
putting this shit
Trendias.
together,
Yo,
and
Randy.
you get this guy, and he's like, he's a great actor. For a fucking Marine. He's a great actor. This is what you think you got. This is what you think you got. You think you got fucking Edward Norton from American History X. You're like, oh my God, this guy's convincing. Look at him. They draw the fucking thing on the side of his head. He's got that stupid fucking goat tattoo on his neck. This guy's badass. This guy's scary. No, boys and girls, that guy was scary. If you haven't seen American History X, great fucking film,
Should we?
go watch it.
Can we speed it up?
It also gives you some real good insight into the real fucking neo-Nazi movement in the United States.
Speed it up there, buddy. Get to a fucking point.
And that they're trying so hard to create. They were marching up and down the square. I'll show you in a minute. And they're marching up and down the street with their like 30 guys all dressed the same. And they were going, we are everywhere, we are everywhere. And yet, there's 30 guys, they rode there in a fucking rental bus, a rental truck, van.
Oh, I nailed it!
The feds did with Patriot Front when they, get their fucking FBI trainees.
Dude, how funny is that, though? I said, I bet they bust these guys all over the country. Didn't I say that? Hilarious. I wouldn't be surprised.
With their masks to go out in Washington, D.C. They ship them there and you haul fucking trucks. Same thing with these guys. They put them all in the back of a fucking truck. They were hoping, they put out flyers, hoping they would get some regular people to show up and march along up and down the square with their fed asses. Turns out, nobody bought that stupid shit. We are everywhere. Apparently
Beds.
But here's the deal, boys and girls.
Dude.
This shit is real.
How the fuck are beds face tatted up like that? Right? You know, those are fucking prison tats, dude. Those are dudes that are criminals. They're not working for the fucking United States government, bro. You're fucking psychotic if you think you've got some links here. I wouldn't be surprised if some of those guys are working as confidential informants. But for you to think that that whole group of people is there shipped out by the feds, it's fucking hilarious. I wouldn't be surprised if they got undercovers in that motherfucker. Right? That would make sense. But also this. Imagine one of those dudes gets outed as a fed. And what would the other fucking dudes do to that guy? This is such a fucking... we're going to see so many pieces of straw here, I'm afraid.
National Vanguard, fake as shit. Patriot Front,
because this guy's a fucking kook.
Vanguard, America, super fake as shit. Goyim Defense League, way fake as shit. There are more. What's not fake? American Nazi Party is not fake. The Aryan Brotherhood, not fake. Aryan Nationals, not fake. White Aryan Race, the war skins, not fake. You have sharp skins, which are skinheads against racial prejudice, and you have war skins, white Aryan race skins, not fake. Will fuck you up. These ones I've listed, the second list, the not fake ones. What happens is, when you run these fake ones out there, and we'll talk about, show you how fake these people are. When you run these fake ones out there,
you run them.
You can't get the real ones to show themselves, to come out of the fucking woodwork in the light of day.
Bro.
It doesn't suit their interests. But when you show everybody the fake ones, and everyone goes, fake, that's fake. Does this exist at all? Then what you end up having is, it's completely 180 degrees from what you want. What you want is to cause racial tension and hostility and people to be afraid, especially going into the next lockdown phase, right? You want people to be afraid, and especially in Florida, because we'll talk about that in a second.
Oh my God.
But what you end up doing is...
I've been trying to follow, but I don't understand.
Fake, Cowboys, fake.
Tropical
fake. And of course, Goyim Defense League, fake.
This is it. I got it.
What you end up doing is people look at that and go, well, wait a minute, these things are...
I'll break it down for you. His claim is the Biden administration...
It's really simple. Who does and Wizard David Duke support? Checkmate, idiots.
His claim is the Biden administration or someone in a federally run program like the FBI or CIA has put this group of men together and ships them around to subvert society. That's what his claim is. What he's actually doing is he's running cover for fucking Nazis while he's acting like, oh, we gotta find the real Nazis and get them to crawl out of the woodwork. Bullshit, motherfucker. This guy's fucking psycho. This guy's a psycho. He doesn't even realize how dumb he sounds.
But like you said, he's not even saying about that. He's just saying opinions.
We're all fake.
He's not an expert. No, this motherfucker's not an expert in anything. But let's just...
20 JR.
Let's see. He seems to know a lot about racist hate groups, you know? He seems to know a lot about racist hate groups.
Video clips of this dumb fuck. This is what they hoped they had. This is what they actually had.
I'd like to welcome all you ignorant ass bitches, critics, complainers, disgruntled rappers, and racists especially, to the 9th Annual International Player Haters Ball. Oh man, hey,
Mr. Blue 313 says
that's what they actually had.
Sup, folks?
Hey, Bad Blue Jaws.
A fucking clown. His name is Christopher Polehouse. And he is, yes indeed, a former U.S. Marine turned tattoo artist and leader of the neo-Nazi Blood Tribe. He created in 2002, living in San Antonio, Texas.
Do you know how many Nazis joined the military, dude? It means nothing. You know how many Nazis are fucking police officers in the United States? It means nothing.
Where are they taking the last stand in the righteous war? They take their haters. They take their fucking fake ass haters to LGBTQ events, and they stand there and go, hey. Hate. But here's the interesting thing, folks.
This is what somebody literally sent me on Twitter to try to refute that those were actual Nazis. Like this.
Hey, there you go. Hey, here's a stupid thing on his neck and his goat tattoo. That's a goat tattoo. That's demonic. That's scary. He goes by the name Hammer. And he's got camps. Nobody shows up. Here's the front door to the BT experience. Expect confrontation. Please, be white, please. And no girls allowed. So here's the thing. Please be white. They don't say no people who aren't white will be allowed. They said please be white. Meaning they might be lenient. If you're a black person. Because they need folks. But they have one goddamn hard, fast rule. No girls allowed. None. Nope. No fucking girls allowed. It's the He-Man Woman Haters Club. Do you know why I picked this guy out of the pictures of them standing around? Would you like to know why I picked that guy?
This is
because he's black.
proving nothing.
Every fucking
This is annoying.
Inch.
Can he say anything other than hey?
Bro, I just want the evidence because I've been accused of not.
White supremacists with a black dude.
Hey, dreaming dancer, hello.
By the way,
I am doing well, thank you.
And his blood tribe, they're working together for this event that took place where they're marching up and down the square saying we are everywhere when they couldn't get a single fucking person to show up.
First person to say something in Rumble.
Truth and more handsome truth.
Thank you, dreaming dancer.
He's the other one.
An hour and 22 minutes into the show, it's the first chat to come through.
Yeah, there we go.
I really appreciate
You see how
you.
you can see whiteness on everybody else? Except this guy. Oddly enough. Here's their rental truck, which they showed up in. Here are the cops that show up to protect
Billy
them
Bong
from the
Thornton.
average citizen. Here's their fucking
Fast forward again,
mandatory
Nick.
tiki torch. Which
Faster,
means they're white
LOL.
supremacists if they have a mosquito tiki torch that they get from fucking they get from Walmart. And of course he's got his custom painted fucking bullhorn, walking around in red and black. That's the colors of the fascists. I'll tell you the other colors of the fascists. The rainbow. Yeah. Because a lot of these people running around screaming about this, that, and the other thing, they're also fucking fascist. This dude here, I believe, is something righteous truth or some stupid shit. Mr. I have fucked up everything in my life so much. Notice how everybody you can see some skin, even though they're hiding. Except for, yeah, that's right, that dude. You know why? Because he's black. I mean, everybody. Look at these guys' builds. They are all fucking military. All of them. Every single one. This is a military special operations project.
No, I gotta tell you something.
This is Pole House, whatever was fucking dickhead.
I gotta tell you something. I watched those guys march. That's not those guys were not in the military. Those guys did not know how to march at all. When they were all marching together, trying to act like they're big old fucking... No, those are fucking... Those are armchair Nazis, bro. Those are armchair soldiers.
Amen. This is the other guy. Now, here's the thing. You know
they're fucking weekend warriors, man.
Shit, and you're not going to do a goddamn thing with it when you start doing that to your fucking face. At that point, you just give him the fuck up. You don't give a flying fuck. Now, let me say this. I don't want people to misunderstand, especially the real organizations that I fucking mentioned in here. The War Skins, the American Nazi Party, the fucking Aryan Brotherhood, certainly not the fucking Aryan Brotherhood, and the Aryan nations, folks of the Aryan nations. Don't get me wrong, this is not geared, this is not towards you, I'm talking about these fake fucks. Because I don't want to fucking, I learned a long time ago, I learned when I did 6 months in Richmond, don't fuck with the fucking Brotherhood. And,
you know, pretty much, you know how they're not fake, you know how they're Nazis? Because they're fucking marching, they're fucking saying Heil Hitler and doing the Nazi salute, dude, and flying swastikas. That's how you know a federal agent wouldn't be able to fucking do that shit, and they don't want to do that shit.
Doing this kind of stuff.
I mean, you find me a federal agent that got his face all tatted up so he can fit into a fucking Nazi a Nazi thing, man.
Before Chan, don't fuck with me on news. There's certain groups you just don't mess with.
Oh, God.
For one reason or another.
Fucking feds.
But the dude with the truth, what the fuck is his name? The guy who also doesn't mind showing his face.
Yeah, that dude.
One of two possibilities, probably the second one. One possibility is he's fucking from Ukraine.
No. Possibility. No, I thought you had some facts. I thought this guy's just supposedly blah, blah, blah. I mean, this guy didn't have any evidence at all to back up anything that he's going to say. I can already tell you that. He's a fucking hack. He's a fucking hack job. I don't mind watching more of this fucking dumb hack job because I think he's hilarious. I think he's such a... I bet you he's got a shit ton of people that watch him, too. I bet you he's huge on YouTube. We should probably check his channel. Oh, this isn't YouTube. I don't know what this is. Actually, I don't know what this... It's from somewhere else. All right, whatever.
Nazi from Ukraine. The other possibility is this.
was part of one of the real organizations. Probably got busted, probably got, who knows. I'm not going to make any, gross generalizations about why they get busted. But then probably worked out a fucking deal with the feds. That would make him an undercover agent. And so he doesn't mind showing his fucking face because everybody in, I guess, in his sphere of reference, if this is actual, what happened, where he comes from, already knows. And he's probably walking around with this fake group. But he knows he's surrounded by cops whenever they go someplace, in case somebody from the real Aryan Brotherhood wants to pay him a visit. And every single one of these dudes
Matt
in the
Postma.
fucking outfits.
Go find interviews with neo-Nazis from the last 40 years.
If that's where he comes from.
They always support
But it's not real.
Republicans.
It's the feds on parade. It's a complete
Of course, Matt.
fabrication. He
Of
started in
course.
2020. He moved to Maine, where they could buy. He bought property as a fucking tattoo artist. He went. They bought him property, and when I say they bought him property, I mean the feds bought him property. And then he starts running his camps, and it was so obvious. There were articles in the paper, and there were movements and things to get to say you can't run a Nazi fucking camp in Maine. But he was still somehow or another allowed to fucking run a camp in the open, train Nazis. They hate on fucking gay people, Jewish people, black people.
I mean,
apparently women. Let me also toss this out there, just for the messaging part of it.
Whether or not they support Biden or Trump, it's funny how Trump supporters couldn't say anything bad about Nazis in the chat, isn't it? Regardless, you couldn't get a single person to say, I support Trump and I completely speak out against the Nazis. Not a single person had the balls. And that says a lot about a lot of those people.
For the people who run these things and plan these things.
All right.
Just
Cheers. No longer going
if
to
you want
cannabis.
to
Baba Blue
repopulate the world in your
Jaws.
white area of the race,
Randy,
it might be
Dreaming, Matt,
So say
Tropical,
girls
Billy.
around, hair's probably not a good idea.
Tropical.
Cheers, guys.
Dudes like getting laid, so
Cheers.
it's not a good idea. And lastly, I'll say this, point number 3. If you're going to use this fucking fake group of yours, the Blood Tribe, by the way, you stole that fucking name from Native Americans. There is a Blood Tribe, and you're pieces of shit. If you're going to run around with the Blood Tribe, and you're going to do primarily attacks on LGBTQ plus communities, one of those being gay, maybe it's not a good idea to suggest women are allowed to welcome in your club of all guys. You might want to rethink that policy. That's all I'm saying. There's some fucking racist women out there. You can find some racist
Seymour
women out there
Cannabis.
who look really hard.
Cheers.
Sure you'll be able to find them.
Restream.io.
So,
Congratulations.
thing going on.
You've received
They have
100
a
messages
little
today
thing
with
going on in
Restream
fucking,
chat.
Maine, out in the woods. Just guys. God, Jesus. They have that thing going on in Maine, out in the woods. Kind of like, I don't know, the
Hoot and Howl.
exiles and fucking the
Cheers.
swamps down here in Florida. University of Miami back in, that's right, the 60s when they were fucking getting ready for, the Bay of Pigs. So they got that little thing in Maine in the woods with just the guys. And they decided what they needed to do was come all the way down to Florida.
Matt Postma.
United States
Neo-Nazis
listed
are
fucking-
also always
Why
Christian
Why
nationalists.
Florida, you ask?
So all you right win should pull your head, put your
Republicans
ass.
in Florida have put forward this concept, and they turned it into a bill, hopefully getting passed in the fucking Florida legislature, and signed by a governor who doesn't like fucking. The bill would make it illegal to demonstrate.
Speed it up, dude. Where's the evidence?
In Florida, Republicans are right. These guys are supposed to be right. You're right. Look at the situation where they end up. Hey, you got any chance? Please, I fucking stay in Florida. Not just saying you can't.
Tropical thing.
But saying you start doing this.
Emote 1579050 laughing.
Where's the evidence? Where's the proof? He's still blah, 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 and away.
Nazis are lefties.
Blah, 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 blah. Where's the evidence? Where's the proof? I bet the guy that sent me this video didn't even watch the video. Fucking idiot. Oh no, I haven't
Cody
seen
Von
so.
Thornton. Don't ever ask the guy a question. Take half an hour to get an answer, LOL.
We're here. Which, by the way, is a variation of "We're here, we're queer." Get used to it. Where is the video? I want to see the video. Where's the video? We are everywhere. We're here. We are queer. Where is the video, Scott? Gosh darn it all. I hope this video is not super glitchy, but I'm sure it will be. I made one Saturday, and it was the power turned off, and then sorry. Here we go. Just want to give you a taste of the thespian stylings of former Marine dude.
For those LGBT non-violent, the most violence is on your side. Subjugation of our race. That's what we stand against. The reason that you presuppose that there will be violence is because you are ready to use violence to stop us. You and all of the people on that side of the fence, white subjugators. You work for that team. Kites. You.
He's just gonna.
Matt Postma.
He had to reach down.
Now the Nazis are LGBT.
He's trying to
Did
freestyle.
you say that?
And he's running into problems. He just starts throwing out racial slurs. Behold the pussy video. We are everywhere. We're here. We're queer. Where is the video, Scott? Gosh darn it all.
No, he's trying to put them down. He's actually being anti-Nazi. But the way he's doing it, it's not helping, because he's making up his own fucking narrative, dude. Yeah, everybody's a Fed. Everybody's a fucking Fed. This goddamn nut job shit that you hear all the time now. Everybody's a fucking Fed. It's all a false flag. It's all a conspiracy. Blah blah blah. That takes away from, no, there's Nazis and they want to fucking hurt people and they're bad people and they base their hate on the color of people's skin or their religion or their differences, and it's a horrible thing, and you should speak out against that. And if you could stay a little bit more focused, we could spend a lot more time talking about the things that we have to talk about.
I hope this video is not super glitchy, but I'm sure it will be. I made one Saturday, and then it was the power turned off, and then Florida State, sorry. Here we go. Just want to give you a little taste.
Okay, so if you are watching over on YouTube or Facebook, come on over to Rumble, because we're going to shut those channels down. We're going to go on Rumble so we can listen to this. All right, and I'll be right back. So make sure...
Matt
I'll
Postma.
give you a link right to
Thanks, Alex Jones, for making popular terms like false flag.
Here is a link. I'll see you guys over on Rumble. Ketchup and mayonnaise. Yeah. All right, once again, if you guys are on the YouTubes, fuck it. You know what? I'll watch it later. You guys aren't going to switch over. It's cool. I'll watch that later. I'm kind of interested in it. But I'm pretty sure we can't run that shit, dude. That is just some straight up fucking hate speech. And even though it's not me saying it, you know. You're an idiot. That's no analysis. calls it a fucking analysis with that thing that we just turned off. This guy's like, it's an did you see this analysis?
Tropical thing. Haha.
Dude. I don't know who these people are I talk to on Twitter sometimes, but I'm like, okay, here's an analysis that may help you, they told me. Oh, it helped me realize what a fucking moron you are, you dumb cunt. You dumb fucking cunt. God, man. It's a good thing my mom's hearing isn't what it used to be.
And be wary. I also convened my entire cabinet as part of a whole of government response. And that response is to increase the number and intensity of the extreme weather events and be wary we're going to use all the resources available to the government to do it.
What?
And that response is to increase the number and intensity of the extreme weather events and be wary we're going to use all. I also convened my entire cabinet as part of a whole of government response. And that response is to increase the number and intensity of the extreme weather events.
He's not making any sense at all.
Tropical thing. He'll be honest, I feel sad every time I hear Biden talk. It's so obvious.
I've said better defrag his hard drive. He's skipping, dude. Oh my god. You guys, that's the guy that's got to run against Donald Trump? I don't even understand what he meant by that. I don't even know what he was. Usually when Biden fucks up, I understand like what he's trying to say. It's going to increase. I don't know. I don't know where. I can't even figure it out, man. I listened to it a couple times. I'm like, what was he trying to say? I don't even. I don't know, dude. There's no defending that motherfucker.
Tropical thing. You know the thing.
You go know the thing. Go, you know. Ron DeSantis says we need to stop politicizing weather and stop politicizing natural disasters. You mean like refusing, stop politicizing, you mean like refusing to meet up with the President of the United States, Ron?
Billy Bong Thornton. What happens if Biden wins again, LOL? Seriously, though.
Politicizing tab. Thank you for spelling that for me. Stop politicizing, like refusing to meet with the president, Ron? Where's my thinky face?
Tropical thing. I think if Biden wins again, everyone becomes conspiracy theorists. Tropical thing. LOL.
I don't think Biden can win. I think Trump, if Trump were to just do the right thing, which there's no guarantee that he's going to. But if Trump were to do the right thing from here until the election, he's got it. All he's got to do is just show up for court, not attack people, not violate terms of the judges, and adhere and follow his legal advice. He'd totally be president. But Trump's gonna Trump, and that's the unknown factor in all of this. You don't know what he's going to do. I mean, he might even be able to shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue and still people would love him and vote for him. So, you know, that's true, man. It's people pretty much are very forgiving of Donald Trump. They know he's not a born politician. So they kind of give him some leniency, you know. Fossil fuels were given over $7 trillion in subsidies last year. Is that true?
Billy Bong Thornton.
$7 trillion?
True, if Trump kept his fat mouth shut, he
What?
wouldn't have half the problems he has.
Wait, no. Can I get the... Fossil fuels being subsidized at rate of 13 million a minute, says IMF. A minute. According to the International Monetary Fund, despite being the primary cause of the climate crisis. Total subsidies for oil, gas, and coal in 2022 were $7 trillion. That is equivalent to 7% of global GDP and almost double what the world spends on education. For years, to ensure the price of fossil fuels reflects their true environmental costs, but have achieved little to date. Explicit subsidies, which cut the price of fuels for consumers, doubled in 20 years. Higher energy prices, a result of Russia's war in Ukraine. Rich households benefited far more from these than poor ones, which represent the enormous costs of damage caused by fossil fuels due to climate change and air pollution. How is that possible? I don't understand that. Ending the subsidies should be the centerpiece of climate action, the IMF said, and would put the world on track to restrict global heating to below 2 degrees Celsius, as well as preventing 1.6 million air pollution deaths a year and increasing government revenues by trillions of dollars. I'm confused about some of that. $7 trillion. Huh. Huh. So that money supposedly helps consumers pay less in fuel costs. But it seems like a lot. $7 trillion is being paid out to fuel companies? Oil, gas, coal. So, governments. So it's not America. It's the whole world. So the whole world is paying out $7 trillion a year in subsidies to all of our energy companies. And they say that if we would stop doing that, then the energy companies would stop producing all this energy and it would cut back on greenhouse emissions and all that shit. But, you know, why would they be producing energy that we can't use? All right, thank you. My mom made me lunch.
Fair market money.
Hey, Bear.
K-Nay.
What's up, son? I need the bull market money, not the bear market money, man. Come on now. Give me the good news. I need some of that good news, man. I need some of that good news, man. Give me some of that good news. Teachers are being threatened like never before.
It's people standing up against the Republicans' attack on many of the books that are being ripped out of schools. And I think this is one of those stories where it's like, well, it's not that I support Republicans ripping books out of schools, but I think the problem is far larger than just that. Okay, so this Intercept article is talking about Republicans have pushed almost 400 education.
Is Billy Ballantyne here?
In the
Let me know.
past 2 years.
I'll be right back. I gotta go get my lunch,
the
guys.
last 2.5 years, state lawmakers introduced 392 education intimidation bills. As of earlier this summer, only 4 state legislatures had not seen a type of this bill. All but 15 of the bills were sponsored exclusively by Republicans, so this is a Republican issue. The wave of legislation documented in the report is complementary to, but distinct from, educational gag orders that explicitly ban materials and content. Educational intimidation bills create the conditions for censorship indirectly, threatening the freedoms to teach and learn with death by 1,000 cuts, pressure educators to be more timid in their content they teach. Teachers have gotten fired across the country now for teaching things like that it's okay to be gay and stuff like that.
So if you look at a lot of the banned books, particularly for younger kids, you know, like in the 7 years old range, where they start learning about, you know, oh, this person identifies as a he, or this person identifies as a she, or this person has 2 moms, or whatever the fuck. Like, those books are being banned so that a kid who is getting to that age where they start, like, you know, thinking about you know, what feels safe, what feels normal, are not allowed to learn anything except the heteronormative perspective, which is awful and disgusting.
Yeah, so the one of the points I wanted to make, I know that this story may not be outside of the mainstream media. I assume this is the type of thing that MSNBC would also cover.
Lunchtime!
But
Woohoo!
the point I wanted to make is, yes, this is horrible, and also there's like a million important books that our school system just avoids forever. Like, there's so much that should be taught in our school system about the American Empire, about our wars, all the fake history that's told to us. Just so much that is restricted. I mean, the realities of slavery, the realities of the post-slavery world for Black and brown Americans. It's just like, and that's just touching on it. So I totally am opposed to these bills that are making it tough to teach, are threatening teachers, are withdrawing books. But I also want to have a larger discussion about what American education is. I mean, it is probably 70% of it is about teaching kids to become good drones, not in the flying sense, and sitting in a wooden chair for 7 hours straight and listening to the authority figure. And if they're not one of the, you know, talented and gifted students, which is a tiny number of them, then they're put on the track to be made into like the workers of the society.
Well, and also talented and gifted in a way that is useful. So, like, not people who are talented in music
Right.
or art or cooking or woodwork or whatever the fuck. If you're talented at numbers and you're talented at the shit that can be used to make billionaires more billions, then you're gifted. If you're not, then fuck you. You're going to end up at the, you know, at the bottom of the heap. And I just wanted to share this one tweet that I saw the other day after the shooting in Jacksonville. A woman posted, "A white gunman just killed 3 black grocery shoppers in a state that won't let children learn why."
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty succinct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so it's not that you know, I like I said, I'm totally opposed to these bills, but it infuriates me that you will have liberal media like Intercept, New York Times. I mean, maybe the Intercept's a little better than New York Times, but New York Times, Washington Post, MSNBC, CNN, NPR. They will do a lot of stories on how dare Republicans pull out this book that says it's okay to be LGBTQ, and they'll do story after story of it. And none of them will ever mention the fact that our schools have a lock on teaching a fake world to these children across America.
Right, like, do you think Anderson Cooper would also be okay discussing, like, why it's fucked that you don't get to hear about the fact that MLK and Malcolm X were friends, or even who the fuck Malcolm X was, or the Black Panther Party, or the American Indian Movement, or just, like, any indigenous history whatsoever, like...
Or maybe the truth about his former employer, the CIA.
Should that be talked?
Should you think he'd endorse? You think he'd endorse that?
Or just, yeah, like, just how terrible our intelligence security state apparatus is, like...
Yeah, so there's so much, and a lot of it relates to racism and discrimination. A lot of what cannot be taught, some of it thanks to large-scale propaganda, some of it thanks to the fact that most of our teachers, because they grew up and lived in America, have not questioned beyond the Overton window. So most teachers, even though some of them are wonderful people, are still within that acceptable narrative. That's a large reason for it as well. But a lot of it has to do with racism and discrimination. So it's like, you know, everyone's flipping out over Florida won't let people teach critical race theory. Well, also every state won't let people teach systemic racism. I mean, it's basically not, it wasn't taught to me when I was in school. Are you fucking out of your mind? So, to me, this is yet again like, let's pinpoint the thing that liberals can be angry about and shut off all thought outside of it.
Yeah.
Systemic racism built into the system.
We were all set to do this. So it was all set. We had a couple of stupid senators that didn't like it. One of them, coming from Pennsylvania, said to me, "Sir, this is not free trade." I said, "Wait a minute. This country, I won't tell you which, is charging us 200%. We charge them nothing. Would it be okay if I charged them half, 100%? No, sir, that's not free trade. How about 50%? How about 25%? How about 10%? He said, "No, sir, it's not free trade." I said, "You're either corrupt or you're stupid as hell, because it's crazy." So we're going to pass it. So if they charge us, very simple, we charge them, and it's probably all going to disappear. The Biden economic bust will be replaced with the historic Trump economic boom. I will immediately terminate every open borders policy of the Biden administration. Our country is being invaded. Following the Eisenhower model, we will use all necessary state, local, federal, and military resources to carry out the largest domestic deportation operation in American history. Gotta do it. Gotta do it. And I will use Title 42 to end the child trafficking crisis by returning trafficked children to their families in their home countries immediately. To stop the Marxist prosecutors who release rapists and murderers while persecuting Republicans, conservatives, people of faith, and me, by the way, I will direct a completely overhauled DOJ to investigate every radical DA and AG in America for their illegal, racist, in reverse enforcement of the law. And we will bring back a thing called stop and frisk in our cities. On day one, I will sign a new executive order to cut federal funding for any school pushing critical race theory, transgender, insanity, and other inappropriate racial, sexual, or political content on our children, our beautiful children. Our beautiful children are being destroyed by these maniacs. I will keep men out of women's sports. It's very easy to do.
Very easy to do.
And I will sign a law prohibiting child sexual mutilation in all 50 states. Can you imagine? Can you imagine even having to say that?
Yeah, right?
15 years ago, could you imagine? I will stop child sexual mutilation. Can you imagine having to, that's actually a part of my campaign. Can you imagine having to say that we're going to stop the mutilation of children? Just as I did for 4 years, I will fully uphold the Second Amendment. It's going to be in good shape. And I will fully secure our elections. They'll be done the right way. Our goal will be one day voting with paper ballots and voter ID. That's what our goal is. But until then, Republicans must compete and we must win. 2024 is the most important election we've ever had. But this is what we must do to restore our country to greatness. The USA is a mess. Our economy is crashing. Inflation is out of control. China, Russia, Iran, and North Korea have formed together as a menacing and destructive coalition like we've never seen before. Our currency is crashing and will no longer, in my opinion, be the world standard if it keeps going like this, which will be the single greatest defeat of our country in 200 years. We lose the power of the dollar. It won't happen with me, not even a little chance. Just like Russia would have never invaded Ukraine and China would have never even thought about raiding Taiwan. They wouldn't have done it. I told them, you're not going to do it. If you took the 5 worst presidents in the history of the United States and added them up, they would not have done near the destruction to our country as Joe Biden and the Biden administration have done. We are a failing nation. I don't like saying that, but we are. We are a failing nation. We're a nation in decline. And now these radical left lunatics want to interfere with our elections by using law enforcement, the DOJ, and the FBI. It's totally corrupt, and we're not going to let it happen. 2024, we have no idea how important it is. It's our final battle. It's our final real big battle. With you at my side, we will demolish the deep state. We will expel the warmongers from our government. We will drive out the globalists. We will cast out the communists, Marxists, and fascists. We will throw off the sick political class that hates our country. We will rout the fake news media. We will defeat crooked Joe Biden, and we will drain the swamp once and for all. The great silent majority is rising like never before. I mean, never before. It's never been. I don't believe it's ever been like this. I said it twice tonight. I'll say it again. We have never had anything like it. The spirit, the love, the passion. There's never been anything like this. And
Thumbs
we went
up
through
for Trump.
2016, and we
Thumbs
went through
ups for
2020,
Trump.
and most people would say they were the most passionate. This is blowing it away. But we've never had anything like this, never before. And under our leadership, the forgotten man and women will be forgotten no longer. With your help, your love, and your vote, we will put America first. We will make America. We're going to make America greater than ever before. We're going to make it great. It's hard to believe right now. Our country is at such a low point. We will make America greater than ever before. Thank you, New Hampshire. God bless you. God bless you, New Hampshire. God bless you all. Thank you. Thank you, Tom.
They're rocking, bro. Hey, GSP girl. My mother made me a roast beef sandwich. It was out of this world. Just out of this world. I give it to you. That's for you. Yeah, that's for you. Yeah, come on. Oh, that's yours. 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 I'm on the Beazle weight loss program. I'm the last bite or two of everything I eat. Keeps us both happy. What's this? They're playing it again?
To totally eradicate veterans' homelessness. I mean, you have a situation in America. It's a scandal. It's a disgrace. What's happening now is nobody's ever seen. And it is a national tragedy that Joe Biden, Crooked Joe, he's more interested in where's the money coming from.
Here we go. We'll go back to Donald Trump.
To him, he's interested.
I want to hear the rest of
How about
this.
all these things with
This
the 30
is all the shit we
corporations
missed.
and the this and the that, the money flowing in, everybody getting money coming in from China. How can you be tough in China when they're paying you a lot of money? And see, they know too much. You know, we have a compromise. We have a Manchurian candidate. They know too much. So he can't be tough in China. That's why he allows blimps flying over the country, right over nuclear sites. Let him come in. Let him take pictures. Oh, don't do anything about it. They'll tell everybody who's giving me all that money. He's a compromised candidate. And I'll tell you something. Out of respect for the office of president, I didn't talk this way 5 weeks ago, 6 weeks ago. I felt very badly about what was going on. But out of respect for the office of the president, I wouldn't have said the way I talk. He's a crooked person. He's a totally dishonest guy. So we'd say things, but I even changed his name. I took it away from Hillary. We call him Crooked Joe. Instead of Sleepy Joe, we call him Crooked Joe. I retired it. That was a great day for Hillary. Instead of Crooked Hillary, I said, we're removing the name from Crooked Hillary. Now we call her Beautiful, Beautiful Hillary. She's a beautiful woman. And we're giving it to Biden because he's a crooked person. But out of respect for the office, I would never have said that to this extent. And I never did. But now they indicted your president, your former president, who is very popular, 75 million people. So now they ripped off the top, they took the gloves off, and we can say whatever we want. And I'll tell you what he's done is a scandal the likes of which this country has never seen, and the fake news
There's an animal in the backyard.
Put some respect on the name.
Oh my God, I don't know what it is.
But it's
a
horrible
bobcat.
thing that Crooked
Holy
Joe
shit, it's a
Biden
fox.
has spent nearly $1 billion
Oh my
to
God,
house
that was
illegal
awesome.
aliens
It was all
and
in the
foreign
back.
migrants who are pouring into our country. It's an invasion of our country. We had the
Wow, I
safest
just saw
border
a
in
fox.
history. Now we have the worst border
It was a
probably
gray
in the
fox.
world.
It was all the way
But to
in the
house
back.
illegal aliens and foreign migrants and expensive
I've never
luxury
seen that.
hotels, the best hotels in the country in many cases.
Just saw a fox.
While more than 33,000 Americans who have served this nation in uniform are homeless on our streets, okay? On day one, I will sign an executive order to cut off Joe Biden's massive spigot of funding for the shelter and transport of illegal aliens, which our country can't handle. And I will redirect that money to provide shelter and treatment for homeless American veterans. They'll be treated properly.
Good for him, man. Some of the shit he says is hard to argue with.
Furthermore, I will finally hold accountable all of the failed leaders and television generals who gave us Joe Biden's catastrophe in Afghanistan 2 years ago this month. In my
2 years
opinion, I
ago.
watched a lot of the parents. I spoke to many of those parents. I called them when it happened. What a horrible thing, and what they've gone through. There was no way that was going to happen. You know, we were going out, but we were going to get out with strength, with dignity. What they did when they took the soldiers out first. No, you take the soldiers out last. You take them out last. We went 18 months without one soldier being killed. I spoke to the head of the Taliban. He said, "Don't do it, Abdul. Don't do it, Abdul."
Saw a gray fox just now in the backyard. It's beautiful, man. All the way in the back. I was like, oh my God, I didn't know what it was. I thought it was a bobcat.
Event leaving untold numbers of Americans behind. 13 dead warriors, 35 horrifically wounded. Nobody talks about them, but horrifically wounded warriors. And $85 billion worth of the finest military equipment on the planet, bought by me. You know, we rebuilt the military. I rebuilt the entire U.S. military. A lot of that equipment was brand new, bought by me.
What good is it if you don't use it? Hey, use it or lose it.
Day in the history of our country, in my
Use it
opinion.
or lose it, palsy. Let's do a dabsy.
This is the time.
GSP girl, Baba Blue Jaws, see more cannabis.
I guarantee you one thing. Putin
Tropical
was not going in with
thing.
me, and neither was she going
Hoot and
into
howl.
China, into Taiwan.
You
But Putin
know,
was not
go,
going
you know the
into
thing.
Ukraine.
Cheers,
And
everybody.
we talked about it too, and I got along with them great. They hate to hear it. You got along with them. Yeah, it's always nice to get along. And you know, nobody was ruffled. Look, I ended the pipeline. Nobody ever heard of Nord Stream 2, right, Brian? Nobody heard of Nord Stream 2. I said Nord Stream 2, nobody knew. That's a pipeline going to Germany and taking care of all of Europe. I ended it. It was dead. And then Biden approved it his first week. So what's going on there? Under my leadership, we were leaving Afghanistan with dignity and strength, and we would not, under any circumstances, what that was surrender and humiliation. That's what it was. I think it was the most embarrassing day in the history of our country.
Tropical
And
thing.
we had it so
We
solid.
have a fox that lives around our house. They're beautiful, taking care of all the armed squirrels. Haha, cheers.
Decimated if they did. When I returned to the White House, we will restore peace through strength. That's what we had. We had peace through strength. I'm the only president in many, many decades, like 8 decades, like many years, that didn't have any wars. We got out of wars and we won wars. We beat ISIS. We won wars.
You just
But
said we
got
were in
out of
wars, but we
and
won
everybody
wars. It's
respected
funny.
us. You know, we were
You
3 years
can't
ago,
have it
we were
both
very
ways, bro.
respected. We were very respected. They didn't play games. Nobody played games, including trade, where we get screwed by everybody. We made great trade deals, even with China. They buy $50 billion a year because of what I did for our farmers and everybody else. And we were respected, and they didn't play games. We took in hundreds of billions of dollars through tariffs on China. No other president took in 10 cents. Hundreds of billions of dollars. They were not too fond of me, but I got along with President Xi also. We gave... I just looked today. I just said, look it up. I was in the plane coming up. I say, look it up. What do we give Afghanistan?
Look it up.
Does anybody have that note? I think I gave it to Corey. We give Afghanistan now billions of dollars. I said, I didn't know that. Billions of dollars a number that is so astronomical, and this goes on a yearly basis, and they need it for humanitarian and all of that. That's good. But let them give us back our equipment. They ought to give us back some of our equipment. You know, we're giving them $2.7 billion and $3 billion and $2 billion. I thought it would say maybe nothing, or maybe $100 million, or maybe something little. But the numbers are astronomical, what we give to Afghanistan. So that should be a condition of the continued aid. I mean, I don't want to hurt people, but they took $85 billion worth. They didn't take, we left because we were fools. We were stupid. We were stupid. I remember a certain general saying, sir, it's cheaper to leave the equipment behind, sir, because we were going to get out. But I would have kept Bagram, because Bagram is one of the biggest air bases in the world. Bagram cost us billions of dollars to build many years ago. And Bagram is 1 hour away from where China makes their nuclear, forget Afghanistan, where China makes their nuclear weapons. It's in Afghanistan. And they left Bagram late at night. They left the lights on. They left billions and billions of dollars, 1 hour away from and now China will soon be occupying that incredible base that we built many, many years ago. It's so sad. I mean, these people are just horrible. They're horrible. You know, I told somebody on the way up today, I told Brian, I told a few of the guys, So we did great in 2016. We actually did much better. As you know, we got millions more votes in 2020. The election was rigged. But there is more enthusiasm today than we ever had in 2016 and 2020. And the reason is because these people are so corrupt and they're so horrible. They're so incompetent. The reason is because they're watching. When you look at that border and you see millions of people pouring through our border, totally unchecked, nobody knows where they come from. They come from mental institutions and prisons, and they come from all over the place. 147 different countries last week, people coming in. But when you look at the border, just as an example, or when you look at high interest rates that they've set, high interest rates, when you look at the fact that oil was an all-time high and they say, let's stop drilling. No, when oil is an all-time high, you start drilling. You know, you make a fortune.
Deer Slayer, what's up, buddy?
All of Europe, everything. We would have supplied oil and gas to Europe. We would have made a fortune. We would have started paying off that big debt that we have, $35 trillion. We would have been paying it off. We would have made a fortune. And this guy stopped it. And now we're getting our oil from Venezuela. How about that one? And it's not even, well, I should say we're getting our tar. Because they have very bad, you know, they have very heavy, it's like tar, you have to refine it. And for the environmentalists in the group, you know where we refine it? In Houston. It has to be brought. There's only one plant that can refine it. It's like tar, and it's Houston. So all of that spews up into the air of Texas. We get it from there. We have the best stuff. I call it liquid gold under our feet. We don't use it. This is
he says all that stuff spews up in the air. We've
like
got the liquid gold, baby. Dude, he goes from one extreme to the other in 1 second at like light speed. And it just, his audience doesn't even like have a problem with any of it. You know, it's like if you start really listening to some of the things he says, you're like, really? Come on, bro.
It expires in another fairly short period of time. So get ready for that one. These people want you to pay much higher taxes.
It spews up into the skies of Texas. We've got liquid gold.
Can see the stunning contrast between our
like in the same breath.
And Joe Biden's horrendous failures, and that's one reason why we're leading so big in the polls. That's really the reason I think it's
in the bowl. Oh, I think I've got Catheffi.
Now in 2016 or 2020 because you've seen how incompetent these people are. It's horrible. In the recent Rasmussen poll, we're up 44 points with Trump at 57, Ron DeSanctimonious at 13, and the rest of them down in single digits, really low. And in the morning consult that just came out, I wanted to see, because, you know, every time you get indicted, I like to check the polls. Because one more indictment that I think this election's over. One more. No, it's horrible. You get indicted for nothing. Can you imagine a guy? Let's indict my opponent. This is a sick. This becomes a third world country. The latest morning consult.
Black. I'm drinking it black.
As far ahead, we're at 59%, and the others are at like.
I'm a maniac. I drink my coffee black. Don't anybody give me no slack.
But he's rapidly
what?
caught by
Nay.
Ramaswamy.
Ramaswamy.
No,
Vivek Ramaswamy.
He's eating right now. He can't be bothered.
Ramaswamy. He's getting his teeth polished.
Sir, please do not call him a fat pig. That's very disrespectful. Don't call him. See, I'm trying to be nice. Don't call him a fat pig. You can't do it. You can't do that. So now, because you're not allowed to do that, and therefore we're not going to do it, okay? We want to be very civil, right? So, the latest coefficient poll, which is a big deal, have us almost at 60-13 with our lead over DeSantis growing by 9 points just since a few weeks ago. And even the recent New York Times poll has us up by 37 points, and that was older, you know, now, and Ron DeSanctimonious. The reason I don't like him is that I got him elected.
Dude.
You know, when you get somebody, I don't want to go through the whole story because most of you know.
I don't want to talk over this.
But he came to me, he needed help, he was getting demolished in the primary. Stupidly, I said, all right, I'll do it. Because I didn't know the guy he was running against. His name was Adam Putnam. I said, I'll do it because, you know, he was one of the 200 people that were on television. He was no better than anybody else. He was no Jim Jordan, that I can tell you. And he was on television. and fighting a little bit on impeachment hoax number 1 and impeachment hoax number 2. So I said, you know what? If I actually told him, if I were
Can you guys hear him
Abraham
okay?
Lincoln, if we brought him back from the dead, and if we brought George Washington back from the dead,
I can turn my fan
and
off.
they gave you the greatest endorsement, and they hugged you and kissed you just like
There
you
you
did to Obama, just like he did and Christie did. Who hugged and kissed Obama harder?
Tropical
DeSantis
things.
Or
Yes.
Chris Christie? I think Chris Christie. Remember that? He grabbed him. Obama said, "Get this guy off of me."
Off of me.
And that was the end of Romney when that happened. That could have been a good thing, but
This black coffee, though.
but
What? That's good
we
coffee.
are in New Hampshire.
That's
aren't we?
luscious mountain-grown coffee.
That's
from
all right.
The mountains of Colombia.
No, but
Brought
he
to you
asked me.
Juan Valdez.
So I said, you know what, Ron?
Thanks,
Tropical
Juan.
thing.
Go ahead, let's do it.
Buenos
Hitting it hard.
Valdez,
He gave a
buenos
very strong
dias.
endorsement, and the next day he went like a rocket right through the thing, and he blew the. I mean, people that worked for Adam
delicious.
Putnam couldn't believe it. They
Delicious
never called
black
me, but I didn't know Adam Putnam. He was the Secretary of Agriculture. He should have called me. I would have endorsed him. Sometimes it's the first one to call. Sometimes you don't do it at all. But he did, and then I had to get him through Gillum. Remember Gillum? He turned out to be a pothead, crackhead. But everybody thought he was the hottest one in politics, and Ron said, "I won't be able to beat him." I said, "Why? He's the hottest man in politics." I said, "You can beat him." Then he comes, he calls me, "Could you do a rally?" Then he actually said, "Could you do 3?" I think I did 3 rallies. We had massive crowds. You know those rallies. We're doing a lot of them. We're doing, again, they're hotter now than anything because of what's happening, because of how bad it is. But I did the, and he ends up winning the election. Then 4 years later, "Would you run against the president?" You know, these
Dude,
maniacs
if he
are
keeps
screaming,
doing
"Would you
this-
run against the president? Would you run? Will you run?"
Biden
He
doesn't
goes,
have a
"I have no
chance."
comment. I said, "What? What?"
This is all
He
Trump
said
has
that.
to do
I'm
is just
watching a
keep
newscast.
doing what he's doing.
I'm watching a fake newscast, and they say,
And
"Would you run against the president?" He shouts out, "I have no comment."
you might think I'm crazy. I don't give a shit. But when he said to that guy, and that was totally unscripted, a dude's like, "Ramaswamy is a fat pig," and Trump stopped his speech and said, "No, sir, we're not going to call him a fat pig. He's not a fat pig." And he made sure to calm that guy down. Did you see that? That's growth, man. I'm telling you, bro. Biden doesn't have a chance against this guy now. He's better. He's better than he's been. He's grown. You know, I don't know about his policies, anything about his policies, but the presentation has definitely improved.
In the new Emerson poll,
He's going with more of a bronze than an orange. I commend him on the bronze over the orange as well.
leading Biden by a lot, and very important.
What do you guys think about the bronze compared to the orange?
And in other polls, we're leading Biden
I like
by
that
7,
choice.
8, 9, 11 points. But you know what? When I hear we're leading,
I think you know the next step from he's going to go from orange to bronze. You know what he's going to do next? He's going to do gold. Like when he becomes president, he'll be like all gold, like C-3PO shit.
We don't have that. We have to win.
That'll be the new
entire
cut.
East Coast, like we did in 2016, and like we did in
Tropical
2020
thing.
too, by the way.
LMAO.
But they're watching closely.
Straight, the best splash is nothing.
In that same
Hey,
poll,
no
we're leading
additives,
in the
no
primary
additives, no creamers,
by
no
47.
sugars.
Think of that, 40s. That's a lot. But we will not play prevent
A hot
defense.
cup of
You ever
Java.
seen the NFL? They don't allow a point on the other team. Not a point.
It's hot, it burns
Their
my hand.
defense is brutal. They can't get. Now they just have to hold the other team one more series. They have to hold. Just please hold them. Let's go prevent defense. Ping, ping. The end of the game. Touchdown, touchdown. We will not play. Is that okay? We will not play prevent, right? But everyone else is in single digits. Here's one you'll like. In the New Hampshire brand new coefficient poll, respected highly, the New Hampshire Journal has us leading by 43 points.
Leading by 43 points.
We're leading by.
Really?
And DeSantis, Ron DeSanctimonious.
Oh,
is
leading by 43 points
9
over
points.
Ron DeSantis. Yes, I thought he meant over Biden.
Time to go back to Florida, Ron, and work on your insurance that's costing everybody a fortune. And now we're dominating Biden in the general election. Harvard-Harris has us up by 5 points, and we're up 18 points among independents. Remember, they like to go around, well, will Trump get the independents? Will Trump get the women?
Someone should
You know
go
what
to
the women
Trump.
want? The women want safety. They want to have a border.
Someone should go to Trump and be like, "Hey, do you know one of the Nazis said that they preferred Joe Biden over you? How do you feel about that?"
They don't want.
I wonder what his response would
in their
be.
beautiful suburbs, they talk about, the suburban women. I think the suburban women like me. You know what I did?
Like me.
You know what I did? We have a lot of suburban. No. They don't want to have a low-income housing job built right next to their house. That's what the Democrats want. So I give them strong borders. I give them good safety. I give them a powerful military. Education, so important. By the way, speaking of education, because this is largely about veterans, we are going to bring education back to the states so that each state will run 100%.
How did I spill coffee on myself?
We'll keep approximately 3 people in Washington just to make sure that you're teaching English, okay, as opposed to another language. Okay, you need a little coordination, like everybody has to teach English if you don't mind. But we'll keep a little bit of, like 2 or 3 people. But we have building after building after building, and here's the problem. No matter what poll you look at of education in the world, we're at the bottom of the polls.
The bronze looks
we spend
painful.
more money than anybody else. We spend double.
His ears
and triple
don't match.
what number 2 is like Norway.
I don't know why they don't spray the
believe it or
ears.
not, China, very high ranking. Japan.
And it almost looks like now he's wearing a rug.
They said, we're following New York City. They said, we are going to follow the Norwegian system. I said, that didn't work out. You know how long that lasted? About 15 minutes,
I don't know. He needs like a haircut or something. There's something up with his haircut.
New York has said, did you see what's happening?
It looks
in
like
New
it's just
York
kind of
with the-
sitting on top of his head.
Okay. How about when I left New York was a proud city. And now it's so sad to see what's happened to that city. And in the big new premise poll, we're beating Biden by a lot, while DeSantis is losing to Biden by a lot. So that's enough of that stuff. But, the polls are phenomenal.
I'd love to hear
People
some
want us
Republicans
back. But
speak
remember
out on
what
the
we had?
Nazi.
We built the economy twice. We built the greatest economy
Nazi
in the
thing
world,
here in
and then we did
Orlando.
it a second time after COVID. But these incredible numbers are the primary reason that crooked Joe Biden has weaponized law enforcement. He has weaponized. He's done something that nobody thought. They talked about it, but nobody ever did it, never to this extent. And
Weaponized
ordered his
law enforcement.
top political opponent, me, arrested. They actually arrested right in the middle of a presidential election that Biden is losing badly. He says, I'm down in the polls to Trump. Let's arrest him. Let's arrest him.
That's a hell of a
Let's
claim.
indict him and arrest him. Please indict him and arrest him. He's killing me in the polls. What they didn't know is that I was going to go up. Because the good thing is
they didn't know is I was going to go
somebody
up.
gets indicted, you go down usually, right? I would say, Corey, almost always. You go down, but they know me, and these charges are so Presidential Records Act. It's just exactly for that case. They don't want me to speak about a rigged election. They don't want me to speak about it. Whereas I have freedom of speech, First Amendment. How can my corrupt political opponent, crooked Joe Biden, put me on trial during an election campaign that I'm winning by a lot, but forcing me nevertheless to spend time and money away from the campaign trail in order to fight bogus, made-up accusations?
There was a meeting between the Biden administrator and that Jack Smith guy weeks before they opened up the case on Donald Trump. It's true.
Charged me with
Biden administration hasn't spoken to that at all. So, it makes a good point. They're all saying bullshit. Bullshit.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Think of it.
It's bullshit.
They say charge him. Now,
He should have said, yes, it is. Yes, it
You know the
is.
other good line? No, actually, we want to run against Trump. No. If they didn't want to run, you have to, they'd say, we would much prefer running against Trump. That's because...
Okay, no Laurie Garney cannabis. Cheers, Bad Bad Blue Draws. Cheers, Deer Slayer.
Somebody said...
Tropical thing.
Somebody said the other day, many...
I got that mustard gas now, son. That's what's up.
Almost 3,000. They have
Watch it.
200. So many different
Watching it.
metrics. But hats. The red hats, the white hats, all the hats. We sold even the farmer hats, which are green, right?
Tropical
Big
thing.
Farmer's great again.
Cheers.
Big Farmer's great again. I got a 28. I got them 28 billion from China. That's why I said, no way I lose Iowa. Why is that? Why are you so confident? Because I got the farmers $28 billion. Nobody else did. But think of this. Somebody said it the other day. I never thought of it. There were red hats all over South Carolina. We had almost 80,000 people. You saw it. We were in this gorgeous area, this gorgeous town. I don't want to say the name of the town because if I do, they'll try and change the name back to, something else. But it was a beautiful, beautiful place. And the sheriff was great. Everybody was good. We had 80,000 people. And it was a sea of red hats mostly, but white also, green, and everything. But I'll tell you, you were there, right? 80,000 people. And you took a look at that, and I said, has anybody ever seen a Biden hat? So think of it. We have hundreds of millions over the 6, 7 years, 8 years. We have hundreds of millions of hats sold. And I'm asking, has anybody ever seen a hat saying Biden? Well, we did have hats, because we made them, that said, where's Hunter? Where's Hunter? Holy where he turned out to be. He was in some dark places.
He's going there, baby.
But is this going to be where they go and indict your opponent? Is this going to be the next president's going to say, hey, listen, my opponent is doing really well all over the place. Look at the crowds we have. I mean, outside you got a lot of people.
Cults are crazy.
And by the way, I want to say officially for the press, it's about 110 degrees in this room. Nice job with the air conditioning, whoever. But
dude, I gotta tell you guys, I love the smoke going across the screen.
They'll say, Trump didn't look well.
After my dab.
He was
so
extremely wet. It's 104 or 5 degrees in this room. But we're okay with it, right? But is this going to be the future of elections in America, where a sitting president tells his attorney general to indict the opponent, to try and knock the opponent down? This is what's happening. And then you ask the simple question. So this has been going on for a long time, the same stuff. Why didn't they do it 2.5 years ago? You know why? Because then it wouldn't have mattered so much. They want to take away your freedom of speech. Everything else would have mattered a lot less. And it would have been terrible because it's all bogus. But why, if they were going to do it, why didn't they do it 2.5 years ago before the election, right? They waited till the election. They waited. And I probably have another one. They say there's a young woman, a young racist in Atlanta. She's a racist. And they say, I guess, they say that she was after a certain gang, and she ended up having an affair with the head of the gang or a gang member. And this is a person that wants to indict me. She's got a lot of problems, but she wants to indict me to try and run for some other office. What's going on in this country is, by the way, wants to indict me for a perfect phone call. This was even better than my perfect call with Ukraine. Remember that call? That was a perfect call. This one's better. This one is more perfect. I challenged the election in Georgia, which I have every right to do, which I was right about, frankly. And they want to indict me because I challenged the election. So does that mean that Hillary Clinton, who challenged the election, does that mean that Stacey Abrams and all of the other, virtually every Democrat challenges the election? Does that mean, or they do these slate of electors? This has been going on since Thomas Jefferson. He wanted to say, but they don't call it. They used my word. They took it and they said fake. Because I came up with the name fake news a long time ago. Worked out good. But it's no longer good enough because it's not tough enough, because it's really corrupt news. It's beyond fake. They don't even write. They don't even write. All the money that Biden is stealing. You don't see one story. Years ago, they'd win Pulitzer Prizes. Today, even Pulitzer Prizes of very little value because, we're suing the Pulitzer Foundation because they gave Pulitzer Prizes to people that wrote about the Russia hoax for their wonderful writing, their brilliance. They were wrong. They were totally wrong. And everybody admits they were wrong. So why doesn't Pulitzer just give back the awards? Because they're radical left lunatics. But we're suing. We'll see what happens. We're doing quite well. Never happened in the USA. This has never happened where an attorney general is told to take the Justice Department and the FBI and sue somebody and Republicans by 50 points, but leading the Democrat by a lot. So he says, sue him, and that will bring him down. But they sued, and I have a guy, they call him Deranged Jack Smith. He's deranged. And you know, Biden, on the boxer stuff, Biden has almost 2,000 boxes. Some were held in Chinatown, not a good place for him. And you don't ever hear anything about him. And I came under a thing called the Presidential Records Act. Won't go into it. But it's beautiful. But we have this deranged lunatic looking at us, and he's got a very nice man, a very gentle man. Our guy leaks. He does things that are just terrible. And because of that, we're leading by a lot. Because frankly, I think it's had a huge impact because it shows how sick and how evil these people are. In addition to not knowing anything about the border, about the economy, about the military, or about dealing with other nations. So this is all about election interference. But that isn't quite good enough. Crooked Joe now wants the thug prosecutor, this deranged guy, to file a court order taking away my First Amendment rights so that I can't speak. So listen to this.
Is that Jack Smith he's talking about?
We don't want you to speak about the case. The case is a ridiculous case. It's a First Amendment case. But we don't want Trump to speak. So they take away your rights on First Amendment. Now they sue because so now I have one of these lunatic reporters back there saying, sir would like to talk to you about your case. Or, I'm sorry, I'm not allowed to talk about it. Somehow that's not good for votes. Do you agree? When we say I can't talk, I will talk about it. I will. They're not taking away my First Amendment. So, based on yet another radical left hoax, you know, I've gone through many hoaxes. There's a good one, there's a good one. But it's another one, radical left hoax like Russia, Russia, Russia. The no collusion Mueller report. How about that after 3 years? We find no collusion. I was supposed to be like working for Russia. They went through millions of phone calls, not one call later. They have no collusion after almost 3 years. Then they created a fake dossier. It was made by, how bad are people when they make up a story about Russia? They put it in the fake dossier like it was legit. And even the guy that wrote it, who we're also suing, by the way, but the guy that wrote it, Christopher Steele, they offered him $1 million, the FBI, if he would affirm, they would beg you, please, take $1 million. The way they give money, man, the FBI, they give away a lot of money, don't they, huh? So they offered him $1 million to affirm it. He couldn't do it. He wouldn't do it. It turned out to be a total fake. But here's Adam Schiff, Shifty Schiff, and he comes out, he says to the reporters gathered, click, 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 they're all going crazy. Donald Trump Jr., the son of the President of the United States, will go to jail over Russia, Russia, Russia. Now think of it. He made it up with Hillary and all these people. They made it up, and they're saying that my son will go to jail. Now, how bad do you have to be to do that? So they know it's a phony story. They know it's a phony story. They say he's going to go to jail. These are not Mrs. Lewandowski. You hear that? Can you imagine if that were these kids? Can you imagine look what your husband got me into? I could have been relaxing at Mar-a-Lago or the south of France, which I would prefer being in this country, frankly. But they got involved with FISA. The fraudulent FISA applications. Remember, they sent in applications.
The fraudulent
to the courts
FISA applications.
The judges never did anything about it. They knew there were frauds. It was written about. They never did anything about it.
If you want to keep watching this, it's on YouTube live. Trump Speech Live.
From hell was all
New
Russian
Hampshire.
disinformation.
We already watched.
Do not use it. You know,
We
they
watched
say
the
that
tail
made,
end of
like,
this.
From a 10 to a 17
But here's a link if you guys want to go watch the rest of it.
The FBI Twitter files, the DOJ,
Okay,
Facebook,
there
and
it
all
is.
of the rest. All of the rest. Look at 2,000 Mules. Look at what they did with that.
So, you guys, thanks for watching, and I'm going to go, and I will see you guys on the next show, all right? Love y'all. Take care. Bye now.
Tropical thing.